In this video, I'll give you a breakdown of the coolest coins that will boost your portfolio by hundreds of times, even if you don't have much money at the start. Let's go! The biggest X's you can make are on the bull run when Bitcoin starts to rise and altcoins follow and often show larger gains. Therefore, it's optimal to buy altcoins on a decline or sidewall in Bitcoin when the price is close to the minimum. At the moment, a similar situation is observed on the market. The last bull run, although very short, was in March of this year. Almost any coin whose price you look at will see an increase in this time period. And the last really big bull run took place in 2021-2022. Then their X's received coins Matic 125 X's, FTM 150 X's, and many others. Typically, the coins that match the current market narrative generate the most X's. The fundamental value of the project is also an important factor. However, many meme coins are pumped without fundamental value, so this doesn't always work, but it's still worth taking this into account when analyzing. But which coins will shoot stronger and give you not just 30% of your deposit, but 10, 20 or even 50 X's? I will tell you about my own strategy that I use when choosing altcoins. And if you want to understand which coins may shoot up in the future, subscribe to our Telegram channel. There we publish analytics, help with trading and talk about new crypto trends. Well, now let's move on to the main part of the video, my altcoin search strategy. When analyzing coins, I study the following metrics: compliance with cryptocurrency market narratives. It's important to divide coins by a sector and understand which of them are now the most promising. Currently trending are meme coins, RWA sector, that is a real business that has tokenized its assets and sells them in the form of NFTs or tokens. Projects related to artificial intelligence. Already now you can narrow your search area and look for promising coins only within these sectors. To find all coins of a certain sector, the CoinMarketCap service has appropriate filters. We go through them, for example in RWA, and a complete list of projects in the sector opens before us. The narratives themselves can be understood by what is on everyone's lips and what is most often discussed on social networks, as well as analytical reviews are often published on these sectors or their projects on various platforms such as CoinGecko, CoinDesk, Bean Crypto and others. The next thing I do when searching for promising altcoins is to study the project website and its documentation, aka white paper. Links to the site and white paper can usually be found on the project card in CoinMarketCap. First of all, I scroll through the site, study the project team and their previous experience. Often in successful projects, you can see a team that has previously built successful projects. The cooler cases the project team has, the better. I'm also researching project partners. The presence of large and trusted partners is a positive sign for us. For example, if you see BlackRock, one of the largest investment companies, Morgan Stanley, the largest American bank, Polygon, top blockchain, Coinbase, the largest crypto exchange, or other large Web2 or Web3 companies as your partners. This creates trust and increased loyalty to the project. Large companies that value their reputation are unlikely to enter in the partnership with a scam project. Also, on the website or in the project documentation, it's important to understand the project's plans for the future, the so-called roadmap. This way you can understand exactly when the final product will be ready or when important updates will occur that may affect the price of the token. Another important detail is to study the tokenomics of the project. Tokenomics is a kind of business plan for a token which contains the total number of coins, distribution of tokens, information about coin unlocking and burning. Studying the tokenomics of the project will give you an understanding of how the price will behave in future. For example, if you want to buy a token, but according to tokenomics, large coin unlocks are expected in the coming months, then now is not the best time to buy it, since during unlocks the total number of coins in circulation will increase, which means the price per coin will fall. For example, the Flow coin had a major breakdown in 2021, and the price of the token after that fell almost twice, from $19 to $10. Those who read tokenomics and knew about the unlock could buy a coin on the fall or go short, and those who did not know about the unlock bought a coin for $19. Conclusion: always study the tokenomics of the project. Burning, on the contrary, will have a positive effect on the price, especially if a large number of coins are burned. The next metric for analysis is the assessment of project capitalization. Capitalization is the total cost of the entire project. Capitalization can also be viewed in coin market cap. The cost of the project itself is not very informative, so it's best to compare the capitalization of the project with its competitors and projects from the top 100 in order to understand the growth prospects. Projects with small capitalization are more likely to give X's than large projects from the top 100 projects by capitalization. It's much easier for a coin with a capitalization of, say, 10 million to make 30 X's and reach a capitalization of 300 million than for a coin from the top 100 projects with a capitalization of $5 billion to make at least 2X's. Research the price history of the coin. It's important to evaluate the current trend and position of the coin over the entire historical period in order to understand whether the coin is trading at historical highs and continues to grow, or has it fallen and been sideways for some time. The last thing I do in analysis is study social cues. At this point, I'm learning social networks of the project. Are posts published often? Is there a large audience subscribed to social networks? In the Twitter score service, I see if any big influencers or investors follow the project on Twitter. And on crypto fundraising website, I see which funds and how much money have been invested in the project. Large tier 1 funds as investors and big influencers followed on Twitter are a green flag for us. It's also important to evaluate the exchanges on which the coin is traded. Tier 1 exchanges such as Binance, OKX and Bybit are a green flag. The more popular the exchange, the more difficult it is for a project to list its coin on it, and the more demands the exchange will place on the project and its team. And now I'll tell you about a project from the RWA sector, the coin of which was listed in January of this year and gave more than 15 X's in 6 months. This project fits most of the criteria for a successful altcoin that I described earlier and is one of the top 10 largest projects in the RWA sector. Pause the video and try to guess what project we are talking about. Leave your answers in the comments. Well, this project was Ondo. This is one of the most striking examples of altcoins which gave more than 15x and in which I invested myself. This is a project from the RWA sector, the token of which I bought on their listing in January of this year. 5 months later, I sold the coin and recorded 15 X's. The Ondo project falls under the main criteria of a successful altcoin. These are narrative, RWA sector, which in 2024 is among the leaders in profitability. Strong fundamental product. The project includes several products that combine traditional and decentralized finance, large and trust partners, and tier 1 exchanges on which the project was listed. Upon cumulative analysis, the project seemed to me attractive for investment, so I decided to buy it. And if you want to learn more about the analysis and learn the basics necessary for a newcomer to the crypto market, subscribe to our Telegram channel. In it we publish a lot of analytics and analysis of coins that are attractive for investment. If you are engaged in independent analysis and purchase of altcoins, here are some tips that will help you with this. If you buy coins at market value, then try not to invest the entire amount at once, but break the position into several parts and buy in portions to get a good average purchase price. If you have a large amount that you want to invest right now, it's best to break it into 2 or 3 parts and invest 1 month apart. The same applies to token sales. Don't try to catch the maximum price. Instead, sell in parts. This way you will get a good average selling price. There is an opinion that all coins that have been pumped before will not be pumped again. For example, during the last alt season, the FTM coin exploded. That doesn't mean she'll shoot again next time. Narratives are changing, and yesterday's favorite of investors will most likely be of no use to anyone in the new alt season. Instead, try to focus on recently released coins. They are more likely to bring big access. Try not to read other people's reviews, but do your own research. This will help you become more confident in the market, have your own opinion, and make decisions independent of influencers and analysts. Don't forget about diversification. You can often have a hard time predicting which project will hit the big time, so it's worth diversifying your money across different projects to increase your chance of finding a coin with big X's. All these steps will help you build a portfolio of altcoins, some of which are sure to show impressive results in the future. And our Telegram channel will help you keep track of current trends. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Subscribe, like, press the bell and write in the comments how you analyze coins before purchasing. Happy investing and see you soon. Bye.